Wake up with the sunrise, laptop on the sand. Dreaming of a school drive, build it hand in hand. Summer runs with the blueprint, wisdom in the flow. Keep it simple, keep it steady, let the people grow.
What's up?
We build a vibe, we build a tribe, community's the fire, keeping us alive from zero to...
All right.
Good stuff.
Let's do this. All right. So if you've been struggling to grow your community and you're looking for a way to consistently add new members fast, even if you have zero audience, then this episode is for you. Right now, we are adding 30 new members to our Skool community every single day using a simple strategy that we're going to share with you live on this call. So it doesn't require posting a bunch of content, hoping that something goes viral. It doesn't require you grinding it out on social media or hassling strangers in the DMs. And it also doesn't take months to start seeing results. In fact, you can implement this today and with zero audience and get your first members, get some members joining your community over the next 72 hours. So if you want to skip months of trying to build an audience and you want to learn how to add new members to your community starting today, then stick around because we're going to show you exactly how this works. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, bud. Hey, this is exciting because this is what everybody wants to know. How do I grow? So I think the timing of it is perfect. So this is going to be a great one for everybody. So
yeah, they're doing a little work to my house. So if you hear some sawing going on, then that's what's happening.
Hey, that's the beauty of going live, baby. It's what it is, man.
Well, let's kick things off by talking about the Go High Level community updates and the Skool updates. A couple of things going on with Go High Level communities. Customizable event email reminders, unlimited streaming on desktop and mobile, and some bug fixes with their private channels. Also, the ability to turn on and off posts. Okay, I mean, nothing too exciting there, but some pretty cool stuff going on with Skool. Do you want to give the big reveal, Jeff?
Man, analytics, man. The stage one or phase one, how they're calling it, of analytics is here.
I'm going to share my screen and kind of show.
When I dug into this, brother, I was stoked. I'm like, wow, this is like really getting into some good details. So I know you're going to kind of get into some more specifics, but yeah, analytics is here, phase one. They've kind of said that over the next, I guess, month and a half, they'll kind of release the rest of the analytics. So here's phase one for you guys.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm still kind of digging into a lot of what is in here. It's a little bit, I mean, even for me, it's a tad overwhelming to kind of figure out the best way to use this. But we'll be digging in a lot deeper into the metrics and kind of come up with a plan on how we can actually effectively, take a look at these metrics every day or every week or whatever and see, and maybe we'll do a post on that or a show on that, Jeff. But right now, super cool to see that that's coming out. It just, I'm not going to say anything bad, but it just makes, you just see these awesome releases in Skool, and it's like poor little high level communities. It's just feel bad.
But you know what? But here's the challenge of it, right? Because High Level is working on so many other amazing things, right, and they do so many incredible things with their automations and their AI and stuff. So it's not that they're not putting out amazing new features.
Right.
It's not specific to communities. So it seems like they're, again, just not keeping up. But it's just because their platform is full of so many.
Right. They're really focused on AI, and I really do. I need to kind of dig into what they're doing in AI and see how we can implement that with our community, because they're doing a lot of cool stuff there. But anyway, let's move on to the next segment where we're talking about what's going on in community builders. So let me share my screen real quick. So last week we did a poll. I don't know if people can see this, but we basically asked people if they would be interested in a lower cost tier in our free community that's focused solely on launching a community. So basically teaching members how Skool works, the functionality, the features, all that kind of stuff, how to craft an irresistible offer. A lot of people struggle with, creating offers that have really high value. Also creating the free course that goes into the community that's designed to, first of all, keep people engaged, but also turn those free members into customers. And then finally getting your free community funnel set up, launched to engage members and help you convert them into your paid stuff. So we actually got 47 votes here. If I click on we had a lot of positive response to that. So we had 37 positive votes. Do you hear that? No, it's very loud.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's so we had 37 positive votes. So we're actually thinking about opening up 30 spots for around $19 a month right now. We have a waiting list to get those 30 spots. If you are interested in this kind of thing, we have a waiting list. There's a link in the description of this video if you want to go join that waiting list so you can lock in one of those spots, because once we hit those 30 spots, we'll definitely be raising the price a little bit. So that is one thing that's going on. Also, inside of Community Builders Elite, inside of our boot camp this week, our members installed their organic traffic systems. So they basically, we have an AI tool and an Airtable base that helps them to kind of manage the content creation process, and mostly focusing on YouTube, because I feel like if you have a longer form piece of content, then you can easily repurpose that into other forms of content. And so that is kind of the focus of what we installed last week. And what was pretty cool is, oh, I got the wrong post here, but if I can let's see if I can find this. What's really cool is that the members were, if I can find it. Anyway, a lot of our members, they actually posted their first YouTube videos ever. And I am just like over the moon proud of all of them, because they're taking imperfect action. They're pushing themselves and challenging themselves. And it was really cool to just see people posting their first videos ever, right? And that's a big fear to get over for a lot of people. Also, one of the big wins that I just want to, we talked about her last week, but I'm just so proud of it, is Stacy Turner. She posted one video from the training that we taught her, and it went viral. So it's now at 115,000 views. She's only had her channel for 2 months. And you can see all these other videos before she got that lift. A lot of these other videos kind of like also got a little bit of lift. But before that, her videos were getting like less than 200 views. And she was only at like 26 subscribers. This one took off 115,000 views. And now she has over almost 4,000 subscribers from basically one video.
Did you want to show your screen?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So bad about that. So this is it. So you can see this. She's now got 3,930 subscribers. You can see this video here that took off 115,000 views. So I'm just like super proud of her, and I know she's super excited about the whole thing. That's helping her grow her community. So it's just really, really cool to see these people taking action and actually getting results from it. So that's pretty cool. Also, what's coming up, what is also we did this week, I've been seeing several different school communities getting really good results by running 30-day challenges in their paid communities. And so they basically, what happens is they set up the turn on the 7-day trial, and they do a 30-day challenge, and they front load that 30-day challenge with little mini action steps that give their members quick wins, and then it increases the potential that they're going to convert and stick around after the paid community, or after the 7 days. Evelyn Weiss is crushing it right now with this strategy. She's running a 30-day school traffic challenge. I've actually got a link in the description if you want to check out that 30-day traffic channel. I know we're talking about traffic today, so y'all might be interested in that. And it's just, this 30-day challenge is a really smart strategy. She's running ads to it, so she's able to run ads to her paid community with the 7-day trial, and then has something that has a good conversion from trial to paid members. So really smart strategy. So what I did, guess what I did, Jeff?
We know what you did, baby. It's good.
As
So good.
always, I created a 30-day challenge architect tool, and I was playing with this the other day, and check out what it created. So in about 15 minutes, I created my whole challenge, because we're going to run a challenge too. And about 15 minutes, which would probably have taken, I don't know, months.
Yeah, it would take it forever.
So you get basically the outline of the challenge, what it is, what it's all about.
You want to share your screen?
Dang it. Thank you. So you get the blueprint. So what the challenge is, the metrics you're going to be tracking, all that kind of stuff, the deeper why. Then it gets into the week 1 plan. So this is that front loaded plan of what they're going to be doing each day for the 7 days. And then daily action menu. So this is the goals for each day, when they're first getting started. And then after the 7 days, the actual posts. So each of the posts that you're going to post every day of the challenge, which is awesome. And then the incentive structure. So basically, Evelyn is using one of Alex Hermosi's money models. It's the win your money back model, if you read the book. And so the incentive is, if you actually finish the full 30 days of the challenge, and post your dashboard, post your metrics every single day, you can actually win your money back. So a lot of things going on here. She has the 30-day challenge and she has the 7-day trial. So really good conversion there, but also the incentive that if they actually do the work and actually fulfill the challenge, which is going to help them grow their business, right? Then they will actually get the opportunity to win their money back. So very, very cool strategy here. And then the implementation checklist. Also, the actual promotion for this challenge. So we've got the Skool About Us page copy. So this writes the Skool About Us page copy to reflect the new challenge that's going inside the community. We've got the ad copy. So a organic post and then the actual ad copy using our ad copy frameworks, video scripts to actually promote the 7-day or the 30-day challenge. So these are going to be short form videos here that you can put on, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. Promo emails to send to your list. And then it even creates the actual tracker, Jeff. This is super cool.
That's crazy, man. This is unbelievable.
Instructions, the progress dashboard, the metrics that they're going to be tracking each day, the daily checklist. So super cool. And I really like this strategy. I think this is one of the things we're going to help our members start to implement inside of Community Builders Elite. So that is really exciting. This week, our bootcamp members are installing their paid traffic systems. So on our live call yesterday, we wrote their ads, right? We designed their creative. We logged into their Meta Ads manager accounts, and we set up and launched their communities, or their ads to grow their community. So I'm really excited about seeing the results this week. We told them to run their ads for 72 hours. So I'm really just excited to see this, because I think a lot of folks are going to get over their fear of running ads and see how effective they can actually be to actually grow their community. So anything that you saw all of the week, or anything you'd add to anything we talked about?
Well, I think that, I truly believe what's happening here is we're starting to see this idea of people moving from I want information to I actually want to implement and make things happen. Mm-hmm. And so these 30-day challenges, like the tool we just created, is incredible, because it's getting people kind of away from this idea that, hey, I'm going to go buy a course and just kind of go through it when I want, because we know that 90% of people don't even typically finish them. Whereas you incorporate something like this, and now all of a sudden people are jumping into it, and guess what's happening? They're actually getting the work done, which is again why our boot camp has been so successful, because it's about implementation, get things done. So it doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of success with the communities that are running these type of things. Obviously, Evelyn's amazing, so it's obviously working well for her. But I see again this massive movement in the industry from let me just buy some information to let me actually buy something or get some help actually implementing and making it happen. I know we've been doing that for a while. Not saying we're the trendsetters, anybody's copying us. It's just that we've seen this movement for a while, and it's happening in our boot camp. I mean, the growth of Stacy channel. I mean, people getting their offers done. This week they're putting ads up already. I mean, it's just implementation, and implementation. Help people get stuff done, and it's going to just create an amazing program that you're going to have. So anyway,
yeah, right. So cool. So let's get into the actual discussion for today, what everybody came for. So let's talk about how we're adding 30 plus new members to our free community every single day and we don't have a huge audience. You don't have to have any audience to do the strategy that we're going to be talking about today. So now let me share my screen finally. And let's talk about the ways, first of all, to grow your community. So how do you drive traffic to your community? Because that's what you got to do. You got to drive traffic, right? So when you're driving traffic to your community, you have two options. You have organic traffic and you've got paid traffic. Now, when we're talking about organic traffic, for the most part, we're talking about creating content. Now, you can do cold outreach, but honestly, I just don't think it's I just don't think it's as leveraged as content, and it's not my favorite thing. I know a lot of people like it just doesn't. It feels spammy to me, unless it's like warm outreach of people that are like raising their hands, which is what we do. But in today's market, I believe that you need to be creating content, and I believe if you want to build a personal brand and you really want to be successful at this, I think you need to be on camera and creating video content and building your personal brand that way. I don't really love the idea of doing the AI video avatars and stuff like that, or the faceless YouTube channels, but those do work. I'm not saying they don't, but I think it's very valuable to build a personal brand because it allows you to, expand into other things if you start to build that personal brand, where you don't get that if you're not doing that. Now with video content, while it is possible to generate traffic fast, if some of your videos go viral, I mean, we just showed an example of that with Stacy. It's not really something I would count on, but it is possible. It's probably with content is going to be a little bit more of a slow process of consistently creating videos over time and slowly growing your traffic over time. But it is very effective because it's evergreen traffic, especially if you're using like YouTube. And if you build up that audience there, it's extremely, extremely, effective. So if you don't already have an audience and you want to grow faster, that means you really need to be running paid traffic. Okay. So basically running ads. With ads, you can start driving traffic today and start growing your community instantly. And again, you can start getting results today, even if you have zero audience. It's like turning on a traffic faucet, right? And so you can literally launch some simple ads today. We're going to talk about it here in a second, on a small budget, and start getting new members into your community in the next 24 to 72 hours, which is way faster than creating content, right? Unless you hit one of those viral videos. But a lot of people are just scared to run ads because they're thinking about it in completely the wrong way. Okay. So how do you need to think about ads? So a lot of people invest in the stock market, right? It is risky to invest in the stock market, but typically if you invest in something like the S&P 500 over an extended period of time, you're going to average around 8.8% per year, right? I think on average, that's how it has been over the past however many years. Now, some years it goes much higher, some years it goes much lower, but on average around 8% per year. Now, also people invest in, so that's about 8%, the S&P 500, very common way to invest your money. There's also people who invest in real estate, right? And so buying property and renting it out, and then also selling it or flipping it. Flipping, you can make a lot more money, but on average, a rental property will give you 10.6 to 11.8%. I looked it up online. Jeff's probably going to argue with me about that, but that is also, so you're looking at, around 10% return on your investment. Okay. Now with ads, does anybody want to guess what the average return on ad spend for Meta ads is? Now, this is based on like the US advertisers across the board. They are making, all right, remember we're 10%, with real estate, we're 10%, around 10% with ads, or with the stock market. With ads, the average return on investment is 371%. So that's pretty damn good, a return on investment. So sign me up. I mean, that's going to be, I would much rather put my money into something that's going to generate 371% of my money back to me and give that back to me versus 10%, right? And so that's how you need to think about ads. It's not like you're just throwing your money into a trash can and it's lighting it on fire and it's going away, right? It's much more like an investment route. Now, can you lose your money? Sure, there is risk involved in every investment. But if you do it right, if you have your funnel set up and they're converting, and you run some very simple tests to see what's working, and then you scale the things that are, it's a very conservative investment strategy that yields a very big return. So that's what you need to, that's how you need to have the mindset when you want to run ads. Okay. It's not as scary as everybody thinks it is, especially with Facebook's algorithm these days. But there is one key ingredient that you need if you want to grow your community with ads. And I believe personally, without this key ingredient, you will struggle. Somebody kind of called me out on that yesterday, and I might consider their their point of view. But I do believe that this is a very important ingredient if you want to grow your community with ads. So once you understand this principle, though, growing your community gets much, much easier, right? It's literally the number one reason that I've been able to grow my free community to over 7,500 members now. It's the number one reason that we're able to drive 1,000 visitors to our About page in our community every single week. And not only drive more traffic, but also help us to convert a higher percentage of the people that visit our About Us page into becoming members. I think the typical conversion rate for a free community is like 18%. We're closer to 24%. So I can consistently add 1,000 plus new members to our community every single month, and all these members are moving through our conversion machine to help us convert them into our paid stuff. And so now that we've got some really profitable ads, we're able to start to scale that traffic and then bring more people into the funnel and then convert more of those people and make more money. So that is essentially how it works. So what is this key ingredient? So this key ingredient is lead magnets. So I personally don't believe that people are as interested in joining communities. Now, I would probably test it. I should test it. We should test it, Jeff. But I know for a fact that people are very interested in getting tools and resources that help them execute something faster and easier, and trainings that help them learn a skill that they're very interested in learning or help them solve a problem that they're having. And so 100% of the people that are in our community right now are there because they saw a tool or a training that I was promoting either organically or with ads. And that is why they join the community, to get access to those trainings or tools. Okay, so 100% of the people that are in there are probably in there for that reason. Now, as part of our 4-step launch strategy that we teach in our paid community, our members create one of these lead magnets in that launch process and then so we can use that's already been created in the launch process to start to grow their community. And it's the free course that lives inside their community. And to create this free course in that launch process, we give them a simple framework to create a webinar that gives their members tons of value, but also helps them convert those members into paying customers. So that webinar becomes one of the core assets that they're going to promote with their ads that's going to help them to grow their community. And that's what we set up yesterday in the boot camp. And so our longest running ads are some very, very basic ads. These are 3 ads that we've been running for a really long time. And they're essentially promoting our free School Launch Secrets course. And these 3 ads, which are promoting that course, are basically the main reason that we're able to grow our community by 30 new members every single day. So that's one lead magnet. But if you really want to scale and grow your community faster, then you're going to want to create a bunch of different lead magnets that have a bunch of different angles, because not everybody's going to be interested in every single lead magnet. But if you have a wide variety of lead magnets, then you probably will be able to hit a wider audience to get them to join your free community. Now, the best lead magnets are tangible resources that people can use to help them do things faster and easier. So these are things like checklists, cheat sheets, SOPs. People love a good checklist. We've used them plenty of times to grow our community. Scripts and plug and play templates, those work really well. And obviously right now with the trends in AI, prompts are really popular, but even, farther along than that, custom GPTs are very hot right now. And so those are just a few of the formats that work really well as lead magnets to get people inside of your community. So basically, you gate those inside of your community, and they need to join your community to get access to those tools that are going to help them do things faster and easier. And so most likely, you guys already have either ideas for these lead magnets or some of these tools that you've been using with your clients, or to help you to do things faster that you could use as lead magnets. And now with AI, it's also even easier than ever to create these lead magnets from scratch. So for every community I've ever owned, I've used free trainings and tools to grow them. So when I had a Facebook group coaching program, I promoted free trainings and tools that they had to join my free community, free Facebook group to get. I was able to, using that approach, I was able to grow that community to over 4,200 members, and I made over $800,000 in 3 years. The only thing that I've ever promoted to grow my Skool community has been free trainings and tools. And I've been able to grow that community to now over, I think we're close to 7,900 members, and made over $317,000 over the past 12 months. And I've never directly promoted my communities ever, only resources and trainings. So I know for a fact that this works, and it works really well. So the strategy here is pretty simple. So these ads, we take our product roadmap, which is one of the first things that we have our clients do when they first come in our program, is really mapping out their step-by-step process that they use to help people, their target audience, get the transformation that they're after. I think this is one of the most important assets you can build in your business, because from there, we can brainstorm a bunch of different lead magnet ideas. We can come up with different trainings for these different phases of their process. And we can use that to promote with ads to get people to join our community. Probably one of the toughest things, and it's not even that tough at all, about running the ads that we run to grow the community and that we help our clients set up, is coming up with good lead magnet ideas. And we've actually built an AI tool that helps our members do that in a relatively easy manner, to help them brainstorm the ideas, but also help them to actually create the lead magnets themselves. And also we have tools that help them write the ads. So basically we just pop in whatever we're promoting in here and answer a few questions, and this will actually write the ads using our ad framework. And it's really that simple. And so with Facebook ads, the algorithm has gotten so good that you don't even really need to have great ads. I mean, the most important thing is having a really good offer, which is your lead magnet or your free training. And then the ads just need to call out your audience and really understand their pain points. And the algorithm is so good that you don't even need to do targeting anymore. We just basically target the 5 big English speaking countries, and the algorithm does the rest. It's never been easier in any time in the past to run Facebook ads. They've made it super easy, and the algorithm just goes and finds the people that will take the action that you want them to take. And not only are these ads that use the lead magnet and promote the lead magnet helping us scale the growth of our community, like getting people into our free community, but again, they're highly profitable. So in September, we got a 736% ROI. We spent, I think it says $2,000 something. We made like $25,000 in that month. In October, we got a 545% return. I think it says we made 2,000, or we spent 2,000, made like 12. And then in November so far, we've got a 549% return on investment. I think that says 1,700, and we made like 11,000. And we're not even really spending that much money. I mean, we're spending maybe a couple of grand. I mean, that might sound a lot to some of you guys, but it's not a tremendous amount. I should be spending, the way how profitable these ads are, I should be spending a lot more money, and I will do that. But and then when I first started ads, I had a much smaller budget. So I started for less than $500 a month. And then once I saw that they were profitable, I started to add to the budget. So I hope this shows you that ads don't have to be scary, and they're much more like I said, investing. Yes, there's some small risk, but the returns are far more dramatic than the investments you're putting into the stock market or real estate. So my advice is start with a small budget, see what works, see that it's not scary, and then find some ads that work and then crank that up. Now, caveat here is you want to have your funnel set up so that you can convert people into your paid stuff. And if you're interested in learning how to set up that funnel so that you convert your members into your and make those ads more profitable, again, we're considering launching that new lower cost community for founding members. And we're thinking of, again, open up 30 spots for around $19 a month. And right now we have a waiting list. We're not 100% positive we're doing it, but we're definitely close. And so to get one of those spots, if you're interested, we dropped a link in the description so you can kind of check that out. Jeff, anything to add about ads and everything we talked about today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big key here is that, like, if you think about organic or paid, they both cost, right? I mean, one costs time, one costs money. So you're going to invest something one way or the other.
Right.
So if you're in a position to invest in some ads, we'd highly recommend it because the results will be there. So, again, it can be started for as low as, $5, $10, $15 a day. And, what I'd recommend is when you do get some of those sales to, and you're making some revenue, to increase that, again, and use some simple practices. And again, we teach all that. But I really do believe that if you want to grow, you want to scale, you want to get to those $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 months, at some point, you're probably going to need to have paid, unless you have a big organic following. And that means if you hadn't started a while back, it might be kind of hard. So you got to start organic now, and then also add some there. Because they always do work best, collectively. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think everybody should combine the two. And if you do have a budget, like, I just say do it, because it's going to help you to grow your community faster, period. Like, it's just, I mean, there's no way around it. You're either creating content, you're kind of like putting some work in, you got to be consistent over extended period of time, or if you want instant results, you got to do ads. And this strategy that we talked about today, in my opinion, is the simplest way to run ads, and the simplest and very effective, as you've seen. So, well, that is it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and let us know, if you like these kind of conversations, and what else you'd like to see. Because we'll definitely kind of take your feedback and create what kind of ever content you guys are interested in. So thanks for watching. And again, we'll see you guys next week, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern. That's where you can find us. So we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, see you guys.